Welcome along to this week's edition of Weekend Winners, a big 9-event card at Albion Park on Saturday night. First race gets underway at 7 minutes past 5. I look forward to interviewing Pete McMullen, Talia McMullen and Jared Elgin, leading into the big races there on Saturday night with some of their key drives for the night. I'll be along shortly with my best bets for the card as well, and look forward to getting to those interviews shortly. Now I have with me one of the leading drivers here in Queensland, Pete McMullen. He has some key drives on Saturday night at Albion Park. I just want to touch on a few drives that you have there on the weekend, and welcome along to the show too, Peter. And first of all, in race 5, you've got number 2, Argyle Beach. Fresh off of an angle preparation. How's she been since she's been home?
Yeah, she's returned back home, and she's she's in A+ order. She handled the Triple A really well, and she raced quite well down there. And we just sort of wanted to get her home and give her a few more runs before she goes to studs. So she's ready to rock and roll Saturday night, and she's got a pretty good draw. So hopefully we'll get a pretty nice trip there up close to the lead, and I'm sure she'll be in the finish.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about gate number 2. It's a good draw, obviously, for her. And what's your plan from the start there? Just see what happens, or will you is sort of push forward, or what's your plan?
Yeah, look, I don't tend to make too many plans, but I want to stay nice and handy, and like her win there in front there at Menangle a few starts back was pretty sort of it was really good splits, and she's sort of shown that on the front end she can really run some super time. So it'd be nice to be in front, but she doesn't have to lead. She can sort of as long as she's handy, she always finishes well.
Very good, and obviously, as you said, winning chance.
Yeah, definitely. There's a few nice horses in there racing well, but I think her form, holds up amongst them as well.
All right, we'll touch on race 6, number 6, Matt Gregor. Now, this horse has had a big rap on it throughout its preparations, and it's had 2 wins going into its first up run there behind Jossie James. Got beaten along a fair way, but they broke up the field a fair bit. Were you happy with the run of McGregor on that occasion?
Yeah, look, obviously, you had a couple of really good trials there, and both trials were, pretty impressive. And his run there, a fortnight ago, he got very wide on the track, and he just sort of struggled. I think I was 6 and 7 wide on the bend, and I just didn't make any ground on the bend. And but in the run home, the run to the finish, he actually made up really good ground. And hopefully Saturday night, a bit smaller field, hopefully he won't be so wide on that bend there. And if you happen to find the front, they won't beat him, but. It just depends on how the races run. It's still a reasonably strong field, and a few nice horses in there. Horses like Slice of Heaven fits back in that race very well, and a couple others there. So it can, it's going to be a really good race and an interesting race, and it's hard to see how it's going to get run.
Obviously, drawn badly in gate 6, but I guess you'll assess that from there. So that's McGregor in race number 6. Race 7, another interesting runner here, number 1, Watch Pulp Fiction. Coming off a huge run in the Blacks Are Fake. It was a massive run at 126 to 1 or whatever it was on that occasion. What did you make of that run?
Yeah, no, it was pretty exciting. Turning for home, it looked like he actually maybe even stole it, but he had a lot of knockers, and a lot of people said he shouldn't have been in the race. But he sort of showed that he was right up there with some of the best horses in the country, and he had a lot of bad draws all throughout the carnival, and he's got fitness on his side and goes in this race with a good draw. And obviously a huge drop in sort of class. You haven't got the Tiger Taras and Colt 31, so it's going to he's probably going to find a little bit easier. And Chantal, I'm sure she'll drive him perfect as she did in the Blacks Are Fake, and I think he's going to be right up there in the finish.
Very good. Obviously, the good draw works well for Watch Pulp Fiction. And out of the 3 runners, those 3 key runners, what's your best runner on the weekend?
Look, it's probably tricky. They're all very nice horses, them 3. So, with even luck, they could all be winning. But it really does come down to a bit of luck in these sort of races. They're racing good horses as well. So, majority of the field could all have very good chances. So, we just got to cross our fingers and hope that things work out for us. And if they do, they'll be right there.
Thanks for your time, Pete, and best of luck Saturday night.
Cheers. Thank you.
I have one of Menangle's leading trainers, Jared Elgin, with me here. He's visiting from Menangle and brought a team up for the carnival. He's still here in the Sunshine State, and Jared has some key runners on Saturday night at Albion Park. Welcome along to the show, Jared. In race 4, you have number 4, Rocking. This horse that's won 8 from 30 with 8 minor placings obviously goes very, very well. Form line doesn't read that good last start. If you look at the form, it says 44 metres or something beaten down the track. Tell us a little bit about what happened there.
Yeah, no, she copped a little bit of interference around the last bend, but I think she's going to run right into the race. The winner won fairly easy, but I think I was travelling every bit as good as the top of the straight. So I think if I wasn't able to run it down, I think I would have run a clear second. So she's just a mare that's been racing without a bit of luck lately, but I actually think she's going really good. She carried a flat tyre twice at Menangle, and yeah, she just hasn't had a lot of luck, and she's been racing the better mares in Sydney, and I think with even amount of luck, she'll run a cheeky race.
With gate 4, what's your plan from there? Is that a good draw for this horse? Or?
Yeah, well, I think there's a scratching there now, so she comes out at number 3, so she'll just settle midfield there somewhere and look to come with one run, same as last week. That seems to be her go.
So with luck in running, you think definitely Rocking is a winning chance on the weekend?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, as I said, she's going really good.
Another drive you have is in race 8, number 1, My Ultimate Bondi. Now, we look at the form of this horse. Won its first start at Newcastle. Was third at Redcliffe the other day. Come here today at Redcliffe on a Thursday and had to work hard in the run. Finished up 5th. Today. So you're taking the drive on this. What did you make of the run today here at Redcliffe?
I was actually really disappointed in the run today. I actually got a high opinion of this horse, but he's got a few little tricks, and yeah, no, I was pretty disappointed today, but I think he's the sort of horse that could come out and surprise on Saturday night, and if he runs to his ability, he's a fairly classy horse, but he just doesn't want to do that just yet. He's too busy worried about other things at the moment. But I think when he has a spell and comes back as a 3-year-old, I think he'll be a really nice horse. He's just got to mature, and yeah, I think he will make it down the track.
After today's run, fitness-wise, moving forward, do you think he can improve from the run?
I think he's fairly fit. I just think it's all in his head. If he wants to do it, he can. If he doesn't want to, he won't do it. You know, like I think he'll pull up good. He's a very athletic sort of horse, and yeah, I think he's probably going to get a bit better trip on Saturday night. So that'll help him. But if his manners don't allow him to, he won't.
No, well, best of luck with My Ultimate Bondi. But just about that race, mate, you've got a couple of other runners in it. So just tell us a little bit about those.
Yeah, our Alderman Hannah, she raced good here the other night. She probably raced against her racing pattern. She had to sit parked and done a really good job to win the race. That she's probably better sat off a good speed. So yeah, she's going to get a good trip there too. And my ultimate star, he's a really nice little horse. He's only a real cool little fella, but he's had 3 starts here now, and he's sat in the death every one, and I think he's won 2 and run a second. So he's ultra consistent, and I think he'll put in a really good show as well.
Very good. Just a question for you too, Jared. The team you brought up for the carnival, how many did you bring?
We bought 7, so there's probably a couple here that will stay at the end of it. And then, yeah, a couple will probably go for a spell after, the 2-year-olds will go for a spell after they're finished racing.
Got any nice ones you can tip us into for the future?
We've got a couple of nice ones at home. I've got a filly at home that's sort of been trialling really good, by the name of Miss Prudy Pie. She's a very, very quick filly. She trialled good at Menangle on Monday, and she's into race on Tuesday. The fields aren't out yet, so but yeah, no, she's a nice little filly. I think she'll make it next year for sure.
Miss Prudy Pie, we'll have to keep an eye out for her there at Tuesday at Menangle. So thanks very much for your time today, Jared, and best of luck Saturday night.
Yep, no worries. Thanks a lot.
My best bet on the card at Albion Park on Saturday night is in race 5, number 8, the Shady One. He's had 2 brilliant runs his last 2 starts. He was down the track behind Jossie James, where he finished 3rd. He made up some brilliant ground back in the field in very, very fast time. And then last start on Tuesday, he's still trying to get out. So he's been racing very well. We'll need a little bit of luck from the inside of the second row draw. But on an each-way basis, race 5, number 8, the Shady One is my best bet on the card at Albion Park Saturday night.